Hi everyone, it's Kino here. I'm in beautiful Bali and we're going to do a gentle, relaxing flow class today. Perfect for when you want to take it easy and feel like you have a little piece of paradise right in your heart. Okay, let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position, close your eyes, and let's bring your hands together. We'll initiate the space of practice with the sound Om. So allow yourself a deep inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, let your hands rest down to any comfortable position. We'll begin with cultivating a mindful state of awareness, free from judgment, perfectly balanced, calm and equanimous. Bring your attention to the breath. Notice the feeling of your natural breath. And let this call to presence, attention on the breath, redirect the mind into the inner experience. Then notice the quality of the physical body, how your body feels. Again, redirecting the mind's point of attention into the inner world, the feeling of your body, with no judgment, just the feeling, this is my body, this is how it feels, this is my breath, this is how it is. Finally, notice the quality of your thoughts and your emotions, registering the subtle shifts in thought and feeling, establishing the full attention of the mind into the inner world. And this is so essential to the journey of yoga. Then allow the eyes to open and we'll get started with the practice today. So let's pop on over onto your hands and knees. And then starting off in the tabletop position. So just hold that for a little bit. Keep it nice and calm, gripping your fingertips. Keep the spine relatively neutral, so not too much extension, not too much flexion for now, just nice and neutral. Grip your fingertips a little, and again, just kind of start to move the weight from side to side so that you can get comfortable. A little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward, nice and easy. Then point the knees together, and let's go all the way back to child's pose, keeping the head down. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. First, just relax the arms and get comfortable here. If you're having any issues sinking the hips towards the feet, you might want to grab a pillow and place it behind your knees, or even widen child's pose a little. Now let's include the shoulders. Come up onto your fingertips and walk a little bit forward. Then roll your shoulders towards each other just so you can feel them, and then roll the shoulders away from each other so that you can work healthy shoulder alignment. We'll hold this for a couple breaths. Just feeling, working, bringing back awareness to the inner body. No judgment, no force, just the breath. Then soften the arms again. Lift the head up, and then come back into your tabletop position. From tabletop position, you're going to open the knees a little bit so the knees end up about hips width apart. Then from here, we're going to move into the puppy pose, which will increase that feeling and sensitivity in the shoulders in a good way. So let's take the hands forward, walk forward, 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 and then just sink the hips a bit back, top of the head towards the ground, and then pop up onto your fingertips, rolling the shoulders open, the navel in towards the spine, and see if you can get the feeling as though your rib cage pulls away from the shoulders and you get a nice kind of stretchy activated sensation through the shoulders. Keep the legs a little active. Feel where your hips are and keep thinking about hips backing up. And we'll stay here for just a few more breaths. Keep it nice and easy. No stress. And flatten the hands. Slowly lift the head up. Let's walk the hands back to your tabletop position. Holding your tabletop nice and steady, let's begin to roll through different positions of the spine. Inhale and extend the spine. Exhale, round. Come on under. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Let's do it one more. Nice and slow as you extend. Exhale, round. Back to your tabletop position, that place in the middle, just nice and comfortable. Curl your toes under. We're going to get ready for downward facing dog. So your hands shoulder width apart, your knees about hips width apart, toes curled under. External rotation of the shoulders, your shoulder blades move away from each other. Then inhale as you send the hips back and up. Your knees can remain bent, or you could thrust through the legs, bringing them into a straight position. Soften the neck, roll the shoulders open, and push a little bit with the arms so that you can feel the weight being lifted back and up by the pelvis. And then allow yourself to breathe as deeply as possible, but you're going to keep the muscles of the lower abdomen pulled in. So muscles of the lower abdomen stay deeply pulled in. Hold that for another moment, nice and easy. And then exhale. Let's point the knees back down. Come back to your tabletop position. From tabletop this time, we're going to slowly work our way up to the plank pose. So move your shoulders a little bit forward and then step your right leg back and rotate the tailbone under. Really get this position so the hips are not back like that, but really pulled under. We'll hold that there for 5 breaths. 1, 2, nice and easy. 3, 4, no stress. 5, let's put that right knee down, left leg back and up, and really work that tuck position of the pelvis. You want to avoid this hip up and instead draw it under, which will help you suck the navel in and engage the muscles of the front body. Hold that for another moment. Almost there. Okay, let's sink it down. Now let's come up to plank in just a moment. Rest the arms. Come back onto your hands. Curl both toes. This time keep the knees and the toes together. Get that tuck position of your tailbone. Pitch your shoulders a little forward and then inhale. Come on up. Here we go. 1. Nice and easy. No stress. 2. 3. Just a nice long hold. 4. And now let's bend the elbows. Come all the way down to the ground. Point your feet. Keep the kneecaps off the ground. And then gently sending the elbows in front of the shoulders. Then let's lift the chest ever so slightly so you can feel a deep extension through the muscles of the back and the spine. Your legs are engaged, and this is the Cobra pose. Elbows are shoulder width or a little wider. The ribs lift away from the hips, soften the butt muscles, and just allow the spine to move through a very gentle extension. No force in the neck, just keep it nice and easy. Really engage the legs so you can feel strength through your quadriceps. Feel like the legs are extending back as the spine just gently lifts and lifts and lifts. Then exhale, slowly soften the spine. Make sure the feet are now hips width apart. Walk the hands back to just behind where the elbows were, so hands about under the shoulders. And then rolling your thigh bones towards each other. Slowly straighten the arms, picking your thighs up off the ground for upward facing dog. And we'll hold this for a moment. Check your butt muscles. Make sure your butt is soft. If you find this really challenging, you could put your hands on 2 yoga blocks to elevate the hips a little bit. Then curl your toes under and roll back to downward facing dog. I'll stay here for a few breaths. Rolling the shoulders open, keeping the mind calm. Nice and easy. Let your breath guide you into the feeling in the body. No judgment. So whatever depth you reach, let it be good enough. Hold yourself in kind of what you could think about as a sphere of unconditional positive regard. As though whatever you do, you accept yourself completely, while at the same time showing up, being willing to put in the work. Then let's look forward. Walk your feet about half the distance towards your hands. Draw the navel in, bend the knees slightly, and layer your hands over each other. And then we'll just dangle the head down. Stay here for a little bit. Lean a little to one side, a little to the other side. And again, just stay here, nice and easy. So if it's comfortable for you, you could change your grip and hold on to your big toes and just drop the head down. If it's not comfortable for you, please don't worry about it. And just stay there again, nice and easy. Keeping the mind calm and steady. No force. Just the feeling, whatever depth you reach. Remember, accept yourself. Then let's bend the knees. Stay there for a moment. Come onto your fingertips, walk the feet towards each other, sink into the hips. Hold it there for a moment. You can press down on the thigh bones, and then hands in prayer. Keeping the hands in prayer for a moment. Feel your legs, getting that nice steady burn. Raise the arms and roll the shoulders towards each other. Stay for just another moment. You got this. Hands back to prayer. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, send your chest gently forward. Take the hands down. Let's step back. Find your plank position. And bend your elbows. Let's come on down. Inhale, upward facing, nice and easy. Exhale, downward facing. And then let's step your right foot forward, coming up onto your fingertips. And then slowly sink the left knee down. Then, taking a moment to feel the body, roll your hip bones slightly forward. And then gently, calmly, find your breath, find the body, hands in prayer. Just stay here for a few breaths, keeping it nice and calm, nice and strong. Steady, deep breaths. If it feels comfortable for you, you might want to dangle your arms by your side and lift the spine up out of the pelvis. Otherwise, stay with your hands in prayer. Stay for just a few more breaths. Keep lifting, keep feeling. Find the way to work the body with intelligence. And then exhale, let's take the hands down. Curl your left toes under. And inhale back to downward facing dog. Find your downward dog again. Shoulders roll open. Then we'll switch the sides. So gaze is forward. Step your left foot forward. Right knee comes down. And then inhale, let's come on up. Hands to the waist for a moment and check your pelvis. Then hands in prayer. We'll just stay here. No force, no rush. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be here, now, feeling what you feel, keeping the mind calm. Hands by your side if it's comfortable for you. Inhale, lift the chest gently and just explore the movement in the spine. Explore the strength of the back muscles. No force, no fight, just explore. Let it be. Keep it calm. And inhale, roll the shoulders, curl the right toes under, back to downward facing dog. Stay in downward dog for a moment. Steady, deep breaths. Shoulders roll open. Then let's step the right foot forward, planting the left heel down, turning your left hip out just a little bit. And you have two options here. You can keep your right fingertips on the ground on the outside of your foot, or you can come up onto your forearm and work the strength of the legs. Feel what's more comfortable for you, and then slide that left arm up. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. 1. Nice and easy. 2. No force. Just breathe. 3. 4. Almost there. 5. Your legs are going to feel this, but come on up into Warrior 2. Gaze at the right fingers. Nice and easy. No stress. Feel the practice working. Then let's switch the sides. Roll into the hip joint and roll through your right shoulder. 1, gazing up to the right fingers, nice and easy. 3, 4, and 5. Up to your warrior 2, where you notice the hips readjust. Gaze to the left. Nice and steady, no stress. Feel the legs, work the legs, and straighten. Woo! Come on up. Wiggle the feet together. And then exhale, let's take the hands down. So from here, let's keep the head up. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Then walk your feet in a little if you want. Keep the thighs active. Toes a little more narrow than the feet. Nice and steady. No stress. You can lean forward. If your head doesn't reach the ground, it's all right. Or you can put a block underneath your head. It's more comfortable. Then let's inhale, lift the head up again. It's going to be a little hard, but useful. Walk your feet out. Keep walking, walking out. Keep walking, walking until you slide a little bit. Then sit down, open the feet, and hands on the hips. Check out your thighs and make sure they're comfortable. Then take your fingers on the ground, pick the butt up, and just situate the hips so they're more comfortable on the ground. I always feel a little tight in the straddle, so this is one I really like to work on in a nice, slow, relaxed manner. Keeping the mind calm and steady, slowly begin to lift the spine out of the pelvis, and then just move your fingers a little forward. You can shift your hips around so that it's more comfortable. Then place the elbows down, and we'll stay here for a little bit. Be very careful about your sitting bones and any undue pressure or sharp pain that you feel around the sitting bones or around any joint. You can dial this down a little bit by bringing your feet more forward and less apart, okay? Find where you can work, where you can put in the work. You feel the breath, feel the body, feel the mind. This is a chance just to be with your body. No need to force anything. It's just yoga, you know? Then let's come on up. We're not done with this position. Not yet anyway. Then let's lean over to the right, taking the right elbow on the ground, and then inhale, reach. And stay here, engaging the legs for about 5 breaths. You need the 5 breaths to give your body kind of a chance to acclimate to the posture, what's happening. Stay here, feeling, breathing, moving, feeling, breathing, moving. Inhale back to the center. Come up onto your fingertips. Then we'll lean over to the left side and extend. And again, the legs are really strong. If your elbow's not on the ground, you can put your hand on the ground. It's all right. Just keep leaning, reaching, reaching. One side may be tighter than the other. That's totally all right. Then let's roll forward, coming up onto your fingertips. Bring your legs just a little more in. Find that V-shaped position again. Then bend one knee and the other knees together. Kind of put the body back together. Turn over to the side. And here we go. We're going to lift the knees up into the chest. Balance for a moment. Then slowly open the legs, and you can hold wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe holding onto the feet and looking up. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. 1, 2. Take a moment wherever you are, just appreciate it. 3, 4, and 5. Let's bend the knees. Keep them open. I like to work on a squat because it feels really helps the hips. So you're going to keep the knees open and just push yourself forward so that you can come into a relatively comfortable squat. And we'll take the hands in prayer. Now let's roll through the hip joints. Come forward and down. And then exhale, sit down. Take the arms forward, roll through the hip joints, elbows down. This is harder than it looks. Exhale, sit the hips down. Last one. Roll through the hip joints and slowly down. Then let's take the hands forward. Nice and easy. Step back to downward facing dog. Now in downward facing dog, after all that straddle work, you may feel like you want to bend the knees for a moment and straighten the leg. That's all good. And let's look forward and slide the right knee forward and down. Slowly find your way up, keeping the knee joint closed. And we'll just stay here, lifting and extending the spine, enjoying the moment. No force. No need to push the body to super extreme movements in order to benefit from the practice of yoga. And let's take the hands gently down and find the way back. Staying in downward facing dog for a little bit. Keep it nice and easy. And let's switch the gaze forward and inhale, slide that right knee forward, sinking it down. Hold it here for a few breaths, lifting the center of the chest up. No force. Just let this be an opportunity to feel the body and appreciate this moment exactly as it is. No stress, just here, just the breath. Mind is calm and equanimous, steady, inwardly focused. Glide your hands gently forward. Curl the left toes under, and then let's step all the way back to downward facing. Slide your left knee forward and down, and then again, pressing up onto your fingertips. Keep it up. Steady, deep breaths. Mind is calm, inner focus. Again, no need to force the body to get the benefits of the practice. Nice and easy. Steady movements, the mind is calm. You could even close the eyes to feel the inner body for a moment. Nice and easy, enjoying the practice. Keep it calm and steady. Then let's take the hands down. Inhale, back to downward facing dog. Staying in downward dog again. Mind is calm, no stress. From downward facing, switch your gaze forward, step your feet forward, and exhale, let's lie all the way down. Curling the spine under, rest your feet down and knees together. Hands on any comfortable position. Then, as the sacrum rests onto the ground, the knees are together, the spine rests. This is called constructive rest position. And let's bend the knees up into the chest. Straighten the legs for a few breaths for Viparita Karani. Point your feet. Roll the thigh bones towards each other. Keep it steady, calm, no stress, nice and easy. Steady, deep breaths. Let yourself be here in a moment of rest, appreciating the moment. And let's bend the knees, open them out, hold on to the feet, and just gently let the knees roll open. This is sort of a reclining version of the cobbler's pose or Baddha Konasana. Stay here for a few breaths, keeping the mind calm, inner focus, steady, deep breaths. And then nice and easy, let your feet drop down, the knees spiral back into each other. And exhale, let's lie all the way down. Come to rest. And slowly feel the body restored. Start to move your fingers, toes, hands and feet. Bend the knees and the elbows. Hug the knees into the body and roll over to the side. Come on back up to a comfortable seated position. Keep the eyes closed. Turn the hands outward, tips of the index fingers and thumbs together. Steady, deep breaths. Let the mind integrate. Tune into the quality of your breath. Notice how that's changed from the beginning of practice. Feel the mind, the quality of thought and emotion. Notice the physical body, how that's changed and shifted through the practice. Then bring your hands together at the center of the chest, planting the seeds of peace and kindness. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be filled with love. Thank you so much for joining me on the practice. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be filled with love. Namaste.